and voting processes. Over 98% of more than 23,000 voting stations opened on time. At least 53 voting stations did not open on time, mainly due to service delivery protests. At close of registration yesterday, 488,670 people had registered.
Voter registration stations were a hive of activity with the different political parties. Eligible voters slowly made their way for registration. With technology changing the way we vote, some opted to register online.
Then you can go online on your phone and add your ID number. Go to the website, add your ID number, your surname, your name, and submit. And then it shows if you are going to register, then you can register online. And it's easy like that.
Those not keen on dealing with technology opted to head to their nearest voter registration station.
So I'm going to vote. And I encourage all South Africans to vote. We see what problem in our country now. And yeah, for a better future for our family, for our children, for the next future, the next generation of South Africa.
The town's smaller parties are hoping to shake things up in the new council.
And what we're working for is to get as many as possible seats into both councils, into district municipality as well as in the local municipality, to shift the power away from the DA so that we can bring services to our people on the ground. Yeah.
We are hoping to get a few wards and then PR seats, and we're confident that we're going to take the DA out of this municipality.
With a growing number of opposition parties contesting the elections, the DA will face some tough competition to try and retain the local and district municipality. Segui Chetty, SABC News, George in the Southern Cape.
Backlines have been drawn. New Kid on the Block, Abantu Integrity Movement, took their campaign trail to New Brighton Township. A mayoral candidate in the Windy City, Umkhuseli Jack, is not new in the political space. Jack promises to change living conditions and fight crime. He says he will contest all 48 wards in the region.
We are totally confident. We trust our message. Our message is simple and clear, that people have to take steps, people must vote differently, and people must vote for change. And people must vote for new people that are going to bring something new. To vote the old same, it doesn't look sane to anybody.
This gangster-ridden area, the northern areas, has been targeted by smaller parties. One of them is Northern Alliance, which is confident about changing the plight of the residents here. They say this sewage spill has not been attended to for 9 months, which is hazardous.
It's been 27 years that these people of Helenvale in Ward 13, Ward 32 have been living in absolute squalor. Service delivery is non-existent in this area. Job opportunities absolutely zero, nothing whatsoever. And we as the Northern Alliance have been active in these communities for the last 3 years already. We haven't been in council, we don't have any input in municipality, but we do put pressure. We do take the people's complaints.
Meanwhile, the defenders of the people also embarked on an election trail in KwaNoxolo Township. They have handed pamphlets encouraging residents here to register to vote. This area has been plagued by service delivery protests over the years, over slow pace of housing delivery.
We've penetrated almost every single community in the Nelson Mandela Bay. We've built people's houses. We've delivered lavatories facilities to informal settlements. We've taken sanitary towels to schools where underprivileged girls would otherwise not go to school for a week on end simply because they are a girl. I mean, we've worked over the past 8 months to identify ourselves as a solutions-based political party.
Other smaller political parties that will contest the local government elections in the Windy City include the Good Party, Patriotic Alliance, ACDP, as well as compatriots of South Africa. Zolani Moya, SABC News, Gqeberha in the Eastern Cape.
Farm dwellers in Yestergeluk in the Free State say they do not see the point of voting. They say life is difficult for them without the basic services. The farm dwellers say they have been voting since 1994, but there's still no development in their area.
The SABC crew arrived early at this voting station with no voter inside. By midday, not a single person had arrived to register, a sign that residents of this area have lost hope. Some say they have no basic amenities. They lament that politicians only think about them during the elections and remind them to vote, but soon after that, they forget about them. I'm not going to vote. I don't benefit anything from voting. I'm suffering here.
I will never vote because everything is happening to the location of Castle. In the farm, there's nothing happening, so there's no need to go to vote. Why am I supposed to vote? Vote for who? So that's my question. So I will never vote.
Even if I can go to vote, nothing is going to happen. There are no job opportunities even for our children.
There is no important things to go to vote because we don't see any changes. We go there to vote. Thereafter, they gone. So we don't see the importance of the to vote.
This voting station has been quiet all day.
On our voters roll, we have 77 people who are supposed to come and check themselves whether they are still appearing on the list.
The IEC in the Free State says technical glitches delayed the opening of the province's 1,564 voting stations by 2 hours on the first day of voter registration weekend. It's yet to be seen if voters will turn up on the second day of registration. Makalamasiteng, SABC News, Yestergeluk Farm, Malutia Phofung.
The IFP has called on political parties to ensure there is peace and stability in KwaZulu-Natal ahead of the November 1st election. The party says people should have the free will to participate in the election. Party President Velenkosi Hlabisa monitored voter registration in Durban.
A final push to encourage potential voters to register and to galvanize party support ahead of the election. The IFP strengthening its presence in its traditional strongholds. Party President Velenkosi Hlabisa crisscrossed the city to monitor voter registration. This will be Hlabisa's first election at the helm of the IFP, and he's confident they will fare well. The party has been on an upward trajectory since 2016. Having been dealt a blow in 2011, the IFP managed to regain control of 11 municipalities in 2016, and it became the official opposition in the province. Hlabisa says the party has done a thorough analysis on the ground and credits their success in municipalities they govern to holding councillors accountable.
In 2016, it was not a surprise to the IFP that we came back with 13 municipalities out of 2 municipalities we had won in 2011. It was a confirmation that our targets, our planning was on point.
Hlabisa also stressed the importance of not only a free and fair but also peaceful election. He called for tolerance. Past elections saw a rise in political violence in KZN, and more recently, the province was gripped by civil unrest.
Let us all spread a message of peace. Allow people express their views, not impose on people which political party to vote for, not to make people not have a free will to decide.
The party also expressed its satisfaction with the number of young people who have registered to vote, over 1.1 million of them in KwaZulu-Natal. However, the concern from the Electoral Commission is the number of first-time voters, which stands at just over 49,000. Ayanda Mhlongo, SABC News, Durban.
EFF leader Julius Malema says his party will take control of the eThekwini Metro after the local government elections. Malema visited a number of areas around Durban, including Phoenix, during his party's voter registration campaign.
Phoenix, north of Durban. The area came under the spotlight when 36 people were killed during the unrest that engulfed KwaZulu-Natal in July. It was Malema's first stop in the province. He addressed his supporters at this polling station, calling for calm and tolerance. The EFF leader later monitored the registration process in Umlazi, south of Durban.
The IC people were writing people on notepads. That's how bad the situation was. And they were trying to improvise. This is a high risk, but it is worth taking. And we hope that if this thing has affected us broadly, nationally, we may want to extend the registration online.
Malema says the EFF will increase its support in KwaZulu-Natal.
The EFF has become an alternative to the ANC, and we don't require to be an official opposition for us to take over. The signs are there, eThekwini is gone, it belongs to the EFF.
Malema concludes his 2-day visit to the province on Sunday. Simpiwe Makanya, SABC News, Durban.
The National Freedom Party is confident it will regain municipalities it lost in 2016. The party did not enter the 2016 local government elections after it failed to register.
Once a political force, the NFP is now a shadow of its former self. The party was crippled by internal strife and recently suffered a severe blow with the passing of its founding leader, Zanele Gamagwaza Msibi. The NFP failed to register for the 2016 elections and paid a heavy price, but it says it's now poised to regain lost ground.
One of those municipalities is Zululand District Municipality, Utuwela District Municipality, and Umkanya District Municipality. But also we're hoping to do well here, even here in eThekwini. That's why we're here today.
Ngleche says they are currently focused on the upcoming poll and will deal with the election of the new leader after the elections.
At the moment, our focus is on the elections. We are not going to dwell much on the president's departure. Our main focus is to do well in these elections. Our main focus is to win the wards here in eThekwini and other parts of South Africa. And we'll deal with the issue of the presidency after the elections.
The NFP is contesting in all provinces with the exception of the Northern Cape. Bongani Kema, SABC News, Durban.